Hello everybody, welcome to Ben's Brick Designs. I'm Ben. Good to see you. Happy Tuesday, happy post MLK Day. I've got today off, so I was going to do a stream. I was going to do one with Beth. We might do one later, maybe Thursday night, so we'll see. As you all have known and probably watched a little bit, we renewed our vows on a big wedding ceremony thing this Friday. So that's why I wasn't streaming on Thursday, because we were doing rehearsal dinner and getting everything set up. So yeah, so I thought, and I didn't feel like doing one on Sunday. So here we are. So we'll get right into it. Yeah, so first off, I'd like to show you the Starship Enterprise Microfighter that I'm waiting on a figure for. And I'm really proud of this one. It's very fragile. These nacelles aren't held on by much. You can kind of see the construction. Hi Kodiak, how are you? Thanks for everything. The saucer section and that neck section is only held on by one stud. And you can see the underneath has to be done with a disc because it is actually all rounded all the way around. I'm hesitant to take it off to show you, but because that'll happen. This is not one of the more swooshable ones. You can see the construction of the nacelles there in the back half of the ship there. So I'm very pleased with this one. It looks really good, but it is very much a display piece. Also, this can be, if you wanted to, this could be the metallic gold. Metallic gold is very expensive comparatively. And I think the pearl gold looks just as good. Originally I had to design these to be the hot orange, but the regular orange I think looks better. So I am waiting for an actual Captain Kirk figure from Etsy. It's custom print. I think it'll be my first custom print figure to go on a microfighter. So there you go. Let's see what else. Also, I got this as a gift from my boys. They actually did get me a stripper for the wedding. So there you go. There's your stripper. I thought that was kind of funny. Also, I don't know what these hands are for. They're supposed to keep her from sliding up and down the pole or something? I don't know. Anyway, I thought that was pretty funny. Also, so we had the cake topper. This was the cake topper. I had to put it all back together in the box for... It was like officially on top of the cake, so that was cool. And you can see, I'm gonna kind of slightly move this over here. This is the bag of Lego that was the centerpieces. So these are all in these clear bowls in the middle of the table. So that all has to be resorted now. So that's gonna be fun. Yeah, so that's it. I got a new shirt. State of Texas Classic Space. I thought that was pretty fun. Is that a tag? It sure is. I just got this shirt. I didn't realize there was a tag on it. Yeah. Also, let's see, built recently, which was a lot of fun. The La Katrina brickheads. Hi, Anthony Koshap. Russian bot, thanks for being here. This is a lot of fun. I mean, it's kind of cute. I really like the way the face looks. I'll probably keep this one together for a while. So there's that. I also got from Brad, over at Brad's Life, the space torso, the purple space torso. Now, I don't know what the deal with my monitor is, but that definitely looks blue. But no, that's the dark purple space torso. And I've got the rest of the figure here. But all I needed was that. This is the rest of the figure plus the Everybody is Awesome, the hair and the old body and everything. So now I need a $30 helmet, and there's no air tank for this, so you just have to use like a black air tank or something. So keep an eye out for a purple helmet. It's not a space helmet. The only one that comes in is a motorcycle helmet. And they range between $28 and $50, and I think there's only 3 or 4 in the US right now that people are selling on Bricklink. So if you see one, let me know in the comments or at me on Instagram or something, and I'll pick one up. Brad was also nice enough to send a little bit extra bits. Some gold slopes, pearl gold slopes, some of these roof tiles in orange, some of these Apollo bricks in white, and some letter tiles. Very excited for the letter tiles. I can start naming stuff. So that's it. We did get a gift from my dad for the wedding. We got bride and groom brick heads, so we'll probably put these together on stream probably Thursday if there's time. Yeah. The event itself was fantastic. I'll get into that in a second once we start building. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. Tweet deck and streaming and whatever. I don't need that up. So I wanted to get the space coin that went on sale for VIP points, but you actually needed to order something to get it. You couldn't just cash in your points and get a space coin. So you needed to buy something. So I knew I wanted to get the, nothing else was really out that I wanted at the time. So, there should be a VIP space coin. Coin times 1. And it comes in a nice holder. I'm going to try to keep it from being smudged, so I'm going to keep the paper around it. So this is for 1,500 VIP points on Lego.com. They're probably already gone. The coins went in. Hi, Walter. How are you? Good afternoon. I just wanted this one. I realized that there's like 4 or 5 other ones. This was the only one I wanted. So I had to buy something in order to get it. You use your VIP points to get the code to get the coin. But then it's like, use this code on your next purchase, right? So it's basically, it turns it into a gift with purchase. So getting that means I got this. So there you go. Again, I'm going to try to keep that without any fingerprints on it. And so here is the Scout head. Scout Trooper. I realize the mic is like really far away. Sorry about that. That should be better. That should be better. Hope everybody heard the first like 10 minutes of that. So yeah, this is my favorite trooper in the Star Wars universe. I just think the armor is really good. It looks comfortable. It looks utilitarian. It looks sensible. What's up, Toaster? Thanks for being here. So I do have a lot of Scout figures. I have the big Scout bike. I have, I do actually have a microfighter of a Scout bike. That doesn't make any sense because they're already very small, but it is my favorite figure. If I ever were to go into the 501st, that would be the outfit that I'd want to cultivate and develop. So yeah, this is a bit of a surprise stream, so I don't think there's going to be a lot of people on. But yeah, just kind of wanted to get one done into the new year. I'll probably put stickers on these now that I think about it. I don't think I'll take these apart. I don't think the bus will go apart. So there you go. And they do have the coolest helmets. That was the coup d'etat of this conversation, is that they have the coolest helmets. The clone helmets, honestly, the Phase 1 clones helmets, I still really like. I don't like the fin. I never liked the fin. It's a good aesthetic, but I never understood why they had it. But I like the eye pieces. I like the way it's shaped. So 5 bags. So this should be about 2 hours. Let's see how well we go through this. So how are you all doing? What's up, Mayo? Sorry about your ears. So Lego news today is that the globe images of the globe have come out, and the pricing and the release dates. I see you hiding in there. So are we all getting the globe? Retails for $199 US and I think Australian, which means it'll be $250 Canadian probably, maybe 200 British, I'm not sure. Here's your teal thing. I'm doing well. I was so starting at the beginning. First off, the wedding was absolute smash hit. I had a friend who whose wedding up until this point was sort of the gold standard of weddings. Like, everybody just had a blast. The music was great. The booze was great. The ceremony was good. And even he was like, this is like top 2 and mine is top 1. So I'm like, right on, man. That's very cool. It's really late. All right, Mayo. Well, go to bed. Get some sleep. Thanks for popping in to say hello. Yeah, so nary a hitch. The thing about the wedding that we had done was it was a bit DIY, which means that we didn't have a day of coordinator, or we didn't have a wedding coordinator. We didn't have somebody who was like planning everything for us. We did all the planning ourselves. We did have a friend who was a day of coordinator, whose basic responsibility was to make sure that the vendors knew what they were doing. We only had a couple vendors. Make sure everything was kind of set up that day. All the tables and chairs were in their places. All the cakes and everything, and everybody knew what they were doing, and everybody knew what they were walking down with, and how the music was set up right and everything. So that was her job. But the problem was, because Beth and I had kind of envisioned it all and set it all up, and really hadn't. We told people about it, but it was like it all kind of came together at the last minute. Our day of coordinator felt really bad, like she wasn't helping a lot, which was not true. She helped out a great deal. And also she stayed up like super late cleaning. So that was great. And we had friends who were our bartenders, and they were amazing. Friends being my ex and her wife. Oh no, I did this wrong. And my daughter actually stood behind there and poured some drinks and whatnot. So it was a family affair. And we had karaoke instead of dancing. I need to do this right. Which everybody loved. They just thought that was the best. They're like, karaoke needs to be at every wedding. I'm like, I'm telling you. Because people can still dance to the songs, right? But then you get the added benefit of other people getting up and singing and making, fools out of themselves, all in fun, and getting up with a group of people and shouting really loud. And I'm a big proponent of that. So that was good. The cake was good. Our officiant was awesome. The food was tasty. We didn't get a whole lot of it, and there was a ton left over, a ton of booze left over. We made some pretty good calls with what type of beers to drink and what kind of booze to have on site, and just enough people were able to come. I know a lot of people weren't able to because they were sick, or they couldn't travel, or they couldn't get a sitter or something, and we missed them greatly. If y'all are watching, there's a couple I know that really were bent out of shape that were local, and they just couldn't make it. So our heart goes out to them, but it was really fantastic. Beth's brother and sister were there, and her brother did the music during the ceremony. He played a bunch of songs on ukulele. And then we had another friend who did a specific wedding song that he wrote. It's a Grammy-nominated artist. the song he wrote is nominated for a Grammy. I don't know if it won or not. It was a few years ago. So that was super cool. And then her sister-in-law did the photography, but they brought their daughter with them, and her daughter's autistic, or their daughter's autistic, and she was just having a bad day, so they weren't really able to participate as much as they wanted to, but luckily we had some friends step in and help. So it was all good. The weather was absolutely gorgeous. Speaking of raining, yeah, it rained a couple days before, and then a cold front blew in the day after. But late Thursday, actually like late Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday were just gorgeous. So it really, really worked out. Yeah, and then afterwards when we were just hanging out, we'd brought up a bunch of old songs that we liked listening to, because most of them are about 5-10 years younger than I am, so it was a lot of 90s music that they grew up with. And we've all got pretty eclectic music tastes. Yeah, the day was magic. It was really, really good. Everybody looked amazing. We all had our different tuxes and suits. Everybody wore Chucks or Cons, or Chucks or Vans, and I had, some Doc Martens on. And even the little things, like I'd put my suit pants on, my tux pants on, and they did like a really slight alteration stitch for the pants, and nobody said don't like put these on real violently because this stitch will rip. It's just basically there to hold it in place for like a little bit. So I put it on, I put my foot right through it, and the whole bottom of the leg fell out, and I'm just like, well, good thing I got my black jeans. So I put on my black jeans, and everything was good after that. Everybody looked great. Beth looked amazing. We got so many pictures. So yeah, it was a good day. A good couple days. And now we're really tired. So the whole setup thing, to say with the day of coordinator, is that there was a lot of me setting stuff up. While Beth was getting ready, like the day before, there was a lot of, we had to do some grilling, and I had a friend help me with the grilling. We had a pool there, so we grilled around the pool and just hung out. And the next day was like setting up all the tables and chairs, setting up all the centerpieces, getting the speakers working, getting all the cake tables and everything set up. So it was a lot of work. And a good time was had by all. Yeah, nothing, like, it was so, like, came to a point like right perfectly at the last minute. So it was so good. Hi, Dad. How are you? Let's see. Going back. Not buying the globe because I don't collect idea sets. Oh, I'd rather buy the modular. I'm not going to buy the modular because I don't collect the corner buildings. Okay, fair enough. But every city needs a corner building. So all the setting up that we did meant that I was walking all day Thursday and Friday. And I had my little, it wasn't a step tracker. I play Pimpkin Bloom. And I checked the steps the next day, and it was like, Thursday you had 13,000 steps, and Friday you had 16,000 steps. And I was just like, you got to be kidding me. My legs still hurt. Like, I was just in so much pain afterwards. And hungover the next day, and had to get up, and the cold front was moving in, so it was like really windy and chilly, and I'm just sitting there in my hoodie like with a headache going, I gotta clean everything up, I gotta be out of here by noon. And everybody was out by noon, so it was fine. It was really good. Wouldn't trade it for the world. It was fantastic. And it seems that all enjoyed the Lego to play on the table. They did, yeah. Going through the bag here of what was dumped in it, there weren't as many things built as I thought there might be, but there were some things that people were just kind of absentmindedly playing with. There was one, we took all the tablecloths off, and somebody had built up a bunch of bricks to put under one of the table legs to keep it level. are the slideshow images in the bottom corner right. Microfighters you've built. Those are all my designs too. Yes. I think I need to add a couple. I think that's current. I think I need to add the Gozanti Cruiser and the, I don't know if you guys saw the Enterprise. So this is the Enterprise. I've got a custom Kirk figure from Etsy on order, but this is the Enterprise. It's not very swooshable. It's very fragile, but it looks good, I think. So there you go. So I need to add that to the list too. Were those your Lego? Yes, Dad. You can get those boxes of Lego from the Lego store too, or Lego online, but Walmart and Target especially have those kinds where they're just the big box of it's not a set, it's just a box of Lego. And it's a really good way to get like a bulk of Lego for a pretty good price. You can get a giant box of like 1,500 bricks for like $40 usually. There was a couple times I was able to get one of them on sale for like $25. So I got two or three of those. And then I just used those and just dumped them into a bag. Like, I didn't even sort them or anything. Just, open up the plastic, dumped it into a bag. Open plastic, dumped it into a bag. And then when we got on site, just scooped a bowl through it, threw it on a table. Good night, everybody. Good night, Mayo. Yeah, go get some rest, dude. 4 a.m. Criminy. I do apologize. They're doing some construction next door. I think they're redoing their gutters, so there may be some hammering and stuff. But the upside now is I have a bag full of Lego that I can sort and go through. It's pretty simple bricks. It's all, simple bricks like this, right? Nothing major. Simple stuff. Some of these snot bricks, there's some arches, things like that. It's supposed to be basic, inspiring building stuff. So nothing really specific like Technic bricks or anything heavily molded like car hoods or whatnot. I'm liking how the shaping's coming together a little bit. You can tell from the shields. So yes, now they are all my Lego. I fully expected some people to take them too. I would have been okay with that. So now that the wedding is over, the next thing we're going to be doing is on our agenda. We're going through our thank you card list and figuring out who sent us what. If you sent us a gift, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. So we're going to start sending out thank you cards pretty soon. We're going to the bank because we got some stuff to deposit. Cheryl and Claire were really great, and they set up a Venmo account that had you could scan a QR code and Venmo into a travel fund. So we dumped that all into my account. So we're going to move that over to the travel fund. So we're supposed to go on a trip to Maui over the summer. So we got to save up for that. So that'll be nice. It was a good day. It was a really good day. But yeah, Saturday was cleaning up, and then the parents came over Saturday night for dinner and hang out, and then we had some people over last night to help drink the copious amount of beers that we have left, and eat some of the food that we got. And then most of Sunday and yesterday was just relaxing. And today too, I took today off. Beth has taken tomorrow off. And I should have taken tomorrow off too. Aw, that's really sweet. Thanks, Walter. That's really cute. I haven't even gone through and looked at all the comments of the video yet because Beth was like, where are all the comments? I'm like, it was live, so all the comments are live. You have to kind of go through the whole thing or go to the end and just kind of scroll back through the comments. I had a few people watching. It was pretty good. It was mostly there so our out-of-town family who couldn't be there could see it. I know my mom couldn't be there. But I know a lot of Beth's family couldn't be there, and my brother couldn't be there, so hopefully they were able to watch it. The signal strength up there wasn't very good, so I was really nervous about that. Like that kept me up the night before, going, I don't think the signal strength's enough to stream here. And on my phone it wasn't, but luckily my friend Melissa, who has a Twitch channel, she streams under the Goldilocks and the Bear. You should check her out. She was able to use her phone, had better service, so we just logged in to restream with my account, and she did that. So that was really great. I really appreciate what she did. Everybody was like that. Like the photographer was having problems because of her child, and we just had a lot of friends kind of step up and start taking pictures, so that was great. Yeah, Bethany's parents got home okay. I think they got snowed in a little bit, or there was some snow. I don't think they weren't even home. I think they were still driving yesterday, because they left Sunday and then stopped. But I think they got into Kentucky yesterday, and we're just a couple hours from home. So I think they're good. Her friends got home okay. One of her friends and her husband were just like, he was Johnny on the spot, man. He was so into, because he didn't know a lot of our friends, so there was sort of that I don't feel like I fit in kind of thing. Whoops. But he's a great guy, and we're really fortunate that he was there, because he was very helpful with everything. Uh-oh. Missed a step. Boo-wow, boo-wow, boo-wow. Boo-wow, boo-wow, boo-wow. All right, so I'm a little concerned because I have a whole one of these left over. Oh, right there. Must have come off while I was building it. All right, bag 2. This may go pretty quick. Aw, that's so sweet. I'll let her know. She was, too. And she seemed, like, extraordinarily happy. Like, I was telling her today, I'm like, there was a look on your face that I hadn't seen before. Which makes me kind of sad for the rest of our relationship. She was like, I was just really happy. I'm like, okay. The rest of the time, are you not happy? No, it's fine. That's really sweet that Mariana was watching. I appreciate that. And I really am glad that Melissa was able to kind of go around and talk to people and do some of the karaoke, and it was a lot of fun. And we got our traditional Go-Go Bordello dance at the end, where everybody got in the middle and just jumped up and down, and it was super fun. Wouldn't do it again, because that was a lot of planning and stuff going on, but man, it was totally worth it. And I'm really happy that we were able to do it, because I know it was a big deal for Beth to get that ceremony and get what she wanted planned in, so very happy about that. And now back to life, though, right? So hopefully we'll be going back to the podcast. Why is this sticker not coming off? This sticker was not cut very well. That's unfortunate. Yeah, so we'll be getting back into the podcast. We've got, there's a lot of high school, my kid is still in high school, so there's a lot of end of year planning stuff for him. Band stuff, graduation stuff. I got some good news about Greg. He got like more scholarship stuff, so he crushed his tests. Almost full ride at this point, so that's really great. And then Brick Rodeo planning is back up and running. I mean, it always was, but I was kind of out of it because of everything going on. So again, Brick Rodeo, June 30th through July 3rd here in Austin. Tickets are on sale if you'd like to visit our fair city and go to a Lego convention. That was another thing. All the family came into town, went to the visitor center and saw the Capitol, which I thought was pretty fun. That was really nice. And they all took their pictures and everything. I do have a tour set up with, I finally nailed a tour with Q2 Stadium. So that was cool. I was able to I got an email from them that was like, hey, we just got this. We can set up a tour and you can come in and check things out. I was like, sweet. So I was able to say, can my friend Claire come too? Because she's a huge soccer fan like I am. And I was like, can my friend come in too? She's my ride. And they're like, yeah, just give us her name and you guys can come in. So that'll be great. Hopefully I can get some good photos and some good information about like the colors. Get some good angles and some good measurements and keep on with that. I'm still going to do the smaller version, but I think the primary thing is to get the right colors. Although, to be honest, there's very little I can do at the smaller scale. I'll just stick with the 3 colors that they've got. But also, I can kind of tell them what I'm doing and see if they, like, maybe want to sponsor it, and then I can build it, and they can go up in the stadium somewhere on display and have people be like, oh, look at that, that's really cool. If they're interested. But I'm going to wait till we get there first. Let's see, what else? Yeah, so project graduation planning is still going on. That's going to be a big amount of time. The convention planning is still going on. I think that's it. There's still like booster and foundation stuff for this year. It's going to be a full docket of stuff. But hopefully we'll get back into the swing of just like regular life stuff now. Times 2. Number 5 times 2. These are going to be... So I don't know if I talked to everybody since the most recent Book of Boba Fett episode, if we're all able to talk about it. What's the deal with everybody hating on the biker gang? Does nobody like the biker gang? I think they're kind of fun. The aesthetic's a little weird, but I mean, we all saw Canto Bight, right? There's not everything in Star Wars has to be grungy, right? It can be shiny and new. I just think it's funny that it's like Mod Squad type of thing. They all got their fancy clothes, and man, these stickers are just not cut very well. Like the sticker part. See that? The sticker part's just not coming up really easily. It's pretty good. I mean, it's a, you know, It's the helmet thing, so you're basically building it almost feels like a really large brick heads, because it's just a square with stuff kind of slapped around it. So haven't gotten anything like really neat technically yet. I mean, that's about as interesting as it's gotten so far, with the rounded plates right there and the shield plates above it to give it some of that look. And this is obviously going to be covered up a little bit with stuff, so those glasses, and it's going to be a lot of stickers to get the right aesthetics, but so far so good. Oh, I need to do more pieces. So I don't think I will want any more of these helmets. I got the TIE Pilot and the Stormtrooper, and I think that's all I really want. Like, I don't want... I've got a Vader one, but it's not the official one with the stands. It's the one that we got from Target a while ago. This one. And I have yet to decide if I'm going to build this one yet or not, or keep it in the box. Because for a while it was like Target exclusive. Not many people were going to get it. And now I think everybody's got it, so I'm like... I don't know if I'm gonna build it or keep it in the box or what. How much it's worth, if anything. 3 of the TIE Pilot helmets. So do you buy 3 and then just hang on to them to sell them later? Or you buy a few of these sets and then sell them in a couple months, couple years? I'm trying to decide if that's a route I want to take, because it'd be great if I could figure out a way to make this hobby pay for itself, you know? But it's like real estate, right? You have to get a bunch up front, dump it into stuff, and it's a lot of work because you have to maintain stuff. But once you dump it in, it just rolls to the next thing. So if I bought... You know, if I went out and bought 3 modulars and I kept one for myself, I sell 2, and then those 2 go into buying the next 2, and then I buy, you know, something like that. Everything I spend on Lego is what I make from Lego. Do you also have a Bricklink store, or do you just do like eBay sales, or how does that work for you? Because I'd be interested in figuring that out. I think, because I straight up buy, I don't ever sell anything. I get one set, I build it. It's either one I want to keep and I display it, or it's one that I like keep for like a week and then tear it apart. So I basically have a lot of parts. So it doesn't look like I've got a lot of sets, but I mean, I have sets from 1984, right? So it's just a lot of pieces. I also don't buy as much like pick-a-brick parts, or bricks and pieces parts as other people do. And I think that's like, if I had credit or if I had money to do that, I could do that because of what I built up with buying a bunch of sets and then selling the couple that I don't want. Make a lot of money buying off Facebook Marketplace, then reselling. Good deal. Hi, Mason. How are you? The wedding was fantastic. I was just telling everybody at the onset of the stream that it was pretty perfect. Could not complain. The weather was great. We did karaoke. Brian was there. Brian was doing karaoke for us. The ceremony went off without a hitch. There were a couple issues with our photographer because her and Beth's brother and sister-in-law were doing music and photography, and they brought their daughter, who is autistic, and she didn't have a good day. She was out of sorts because of travel, and so the photographer, sister-in-law, wasn't able to take as many photos as she wanted because she had to stay in the room with her. But our friends all stepped up and got a lot of good photos. She did get some, so that's good. But everybody stepped up and was helpful. So everybody had a good time. It was fantastic. I'm sorry you guys couldn't be there. I hope Jennifer's grandma, is okay. I know my grandma's in the hospital too, so I'm kind of worried about that, but she's like 95. So okay, good. All right, cool. Started selling off my old sets I didn't want and used that money to buy more to resell. Cool. See, I have nothing in back stock. I have nothing. I have the Darth Vader head. I have a 2-in-1 or a 12-in-1 set. And then I have an extra sailboat. That's what I have in back stock right now, or backlog. So I would literally need to start doing this like right now. And I don't have like the head for investing. And that's not to say I don't know how to buy stocks or anything. I don't know how to, maybe not the head, maybe the discipline for having a spreadsheet, having a site, having a piece of software, an app that helps me keep track of, I bought this thing. Now, like every day I've got to check to see if it's hit its maximum price so I can sell it. And then I have a different account that is set aside just for Lego. Like all of my financial transactions for Lego go through this one separate account. So I don't spend my rent money or my grocery money or stuff like that, because that's all I do now. I have a checking account and everything goes in and out. So yeah, at some point, maybe this year, I'd like to start looking into trying to make this roll a little bit. It might mean more work, not designing or not building, which, you know, I like doing those things. So I don't know if the trade-off is worth it or not. I'll have to, and I feel like that's not a thing you can just kind of dabble with. You kind of have to go all in. Otherwise, it may not work. You kind of dabble. I also want to be able to, like, I think if you dabble, it's kind of like, oh, well, I got a little extra scratch from this one sale. I think I'll go ahead and buy Lego. Versus me, who's just like, I want that set. I'm going to buy that set. And not, I don't have the money to buy that set because I haven't sold enough. You know, I don't know if I'm describing myself well enough that way, but... But yeah, I always feel like it's the startup cost that gets you. It's bad enough that the hobby I have is really expensive. Like, I don't even want to know what I spent in 2021. I made a list of everything that I bought just to see what I bought. And I'm like, that's probably a couple grand. And if I had doubled that, like if I had bought 2 Mos Eisleys, or if I had bought 2 A-Wing, UCS A-Wings, or whatever, right? Then this year I could be like, all right, well now I'm going to sell this UCS A-Wing for $600, and then and then I only need $200 to buy the AT-AT. So there you go. Yeah, I don't even want to know what I spent. I'm sure it was a lot. I went through my brick set and just like pulled down everything. And a lot of things I forgot. I'm like, oh yeah, I did buy that. I also don't want to tell Beth. Like, I'm going to be like, hon, don't hurt me. You married into this. You know, you see this whole front room. We've got a few people in the lug who are pretty good with doing that kind of stuff too. I may pick their brains about it. The other thing is I don't want to be selling to them either. I like buying sets that I build that are like likely to increase in price after retiring. I think a lot of the ideas sets probably do, because I think they're a bit more limited in production. Stuff like all the Star Wars stuff that comes out, unless it's like really oddly rare, like has an unusually short production period, I don't see it being like that worth it after it retires even. There may be some exceptions, like, you know, the T6 shuttle is probably a good one because it had Shock T in it, and that was the only time you saw Shock T. So if you get a sealed T6 with that figure, you know, there's no real good pieces in that, but the figure is worth it, and the set itself becomes more. Just because you've built a Lego set doesn't mean it's not an investment. I mean, I guess you could sell it for used for cheaper. I don't know if you do that too. I've got a set that I won. I don't even think I have a box for it anymore. I won off somebody's site, and I was thinking about selling it. And I don't know how much I could get for it. It's the Apocalypse Bird. It's a great set, but it's just been sitting there. I don't necessarily want any of the figures for it. I think parting it out would be kind of a nightmare. And you know, I just feel like putting it into, you know, breaking it into some pieces, putting it into a big box and going, here you go, it's pre-built. I've dusted it as well as I can over the years, but don't really necessarily need it now. There's your extra pieces, not too many. Got the ball cap thing on the... It's used and complete. Yeah, I built it and then put it up on a shelf. I don't have a box. I don't think I have a box. But I won it off of Iceberg's channel. Like right when I started streaming, I had done that thing where he was doing a giveaway and I just happened to win it. And mid-stream, someone's like, you just won Iceberg's Apocalypse Bird contest. And I was like, what? And then I also won from Beyond the Bricks. I won that, the Mac Anthem truck. That's also complete, but used, you know. Oh, I messed that camera up. Merp, merp. So, $400 for the Apocalypse Bird. That's pretty good. All right, we're going right into the stand. And there's other sets I probably don't like. I want to keep all the space stuff. I don't necessarily want like the Statue of Liberty or the Empire State Building. You know, the rest of the stuff, I've already broken down a lot of it. I think I'll keep the rest of it, you know. But again, I like having it to look at and display and stuff. I would just have rather thought ahead a little bit and thought, well, I'll get 2 of these. It's a little pricey, but I'll get 2 of them. And then I'll hang on to it for 2 years or whatever the runtime is and then see about selling it. That should be a thing at conventions. How to start investing in Lego. Here's a workshop. Here's what you need to know. Although I feel like most of it's pretty basic and pretty much the same as any collectible or real estate or anything. You got to drop some money into it first. You got to be on top of it. You got to be willing to take some losses. But it's worth more than gold, says all the BuzzFeed articles. Which is so misleading. Like, if nobody actually reads the articles, they don't realize that they can't just go get their kid's box of used Lego and turn it into a college fund. You have to go, you know, buy $1,000 worth of Lego and then sit on it for 3 years at least. I suppose that's true. I suppose it's not like a car where you buy it and it immediately devalues. It's like as soon as you buy it, a sealed set over the course of time is already above MSRP. Do they call it MSRP for non-car things? Retail? I like this step. I don't know if you've seen this step. Just put it in the middle. Basically, just go like this. Oh, it attaches here. Okay. I thought it was just like it floats. It's just kind of weird. I can see taking a loss on some of these things. Like, you get that 501st, a bunch of 501st things thinking it's going to be like a limited print because it was such a big deal that this YouTuber pushed to get it printed and got a groundswell of people to like help back it. And, you know, we all want this and whatever. And then they reprint it like 3 months later or 6 months later, and you're like, oh, that's one that went on there. That's pretty good because they're usually what, $50? These heads, these busts. Pretty known to everyone though when sets will retire, and that's the thing, like, I don't think other Lego users tend to be the ones buying the I don't know, it's hard to say, because I would still like buy a UCS B-Wing. I know we've got a couple in storage for our lug, and I mean to message the guy who's got it and be like, okay, so can we sell that? Are we holding on to it for the convention? Because I would buy it. I know it's probably gonna be like $350, but or $400. But I'd still want it. I still want to build my UCS Alphabet Squadron. Although I'll never, ever, ever be able to get that U-Wing again. I just didn't act in time for that one. And now trying to find the instructions for that thing are like near impossible. I'm sure someone's got it that they could PDF it for me or something, but and then you got to get the parts. Yeah, that's probably true. I could do that. I could just find somebody to trade it. I should put that, because we got a little commerce Discord on our user group, and be like, hey, I have an Apocalypse Bird. So I also have a bunch of almost complete Star Wars sets that I'm trying to figure out if I want to take apart or not. One of Kylo Ren's older shuttles. It's the one that the wings don't open up. They just go straight up and down. And then an MTT, a variant of the MTT. An A-Wing, an old droid tank. Hoth back to chamber. And then I took a bunch of it apart. Other stuff. Droid Tri-Fighter. I could probably sell those for used, but at this point I don't mind keeping the parts. And I don't know if I want to keep the Mac Anthem. I mean, I've got a bunch of cars, but this thing's kind of a giant beast. And it's complete. It's just... I'm sure someone else would like it. What else? Yeah, the rest of it I'll keep for parts. Like the Lambda Shuttle, Havoc Marauder, Sith TIE Fighter. The newer X-Wing and TIE Fighters, I've already started taking parts off those, because they're the kind of small ones. Alright, so we're getting along with this stand here. I also want to figure out how to build a stand for my Imperial Light Cruiser, the Architens class cruiser that I've got, because it's the only capital ship that I've got. I know it's not the best. I know it's not a Star Destroyer or a Venator, but I still like it. I think the Architens design is really cool. And I think Lego's version of it is pretty good. It's not perfect, but I think it's pretty good. Hello, Mariana. How are you? Boop. So there we go. Got it built onto the stand. Extra pieces. Bag 4. Going pretty well. Not even out of coffee yet. I may take a second. Yeah, you know what? Hold that thought. I'm gonna go get some more coffee, so I will be right back. Don't go nowhere. Thanks for y'all patience. For me, how I save money in Lego is by buying used sets, such as the Millennium Falcon, where instead of paying $800 plus tax, I was able to buy it locally for $600. Yo, I found something on OfferUp. Somebody was selling a sealed one for like $450, and I'm like, but the description is like they had just joined OfferUp like a week ago, and they had 2 sets. They had 2 things to sell, and it was the UCS Falcon and the UCS Star Destroyer, and both of them were very cheap, and both of them were like, I bought 2 of them and I only need 1, and now I'm selling it. I'm like, why are you selling it for half? Like, there is something really wrong. So of course I didn't buy it. I just messaged them. I'm like, why are you selling it for so low? And the description is Hot Wheels Star Wars Lego set. I'm like, I've been burned on this one too many times to be like, yeah, I'll buy it sight unseen. So, I mean, I would be like, hey, I'll meet up with the money, and I'll meet you at a place. I don't want to like pop it open and check the seals and check everything and then be like, all right, here you go. But I'm not doing that. Well, I'll go ahead and send me the money, and then I will meet you at a place, and then, Because I did that once and I got burned, and I'm really mad at myself for that. Oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting technique. So I was waiting, because there's a... Oh, there is. Okay, good. Yeah, there's a thing that you have to push through. Good deal. I was waiting for that. Doesn't make any sense otherwise. Stream's kind of cut in and out, by the way. Is it? Let's see. I'm not running anything. Are you on? You're on YouTube? Let's see. My signal strength is good. I'm hardwired. I'm gonna open up a browser real quick and just look. Is it the audio or the frame rate's good? No dropped frames? It might be your internet connection. I'm not sure. Everything looks good here. Hi, Brad. So I was talking you up earlier because look at that purple spaceman and then all the extra bits. Thanks for all the extra bits. And I'm going through all my purple brick right now, and I almost have no purple brick. Yeah, I'm looking at my stream on the restream site, and it looks good. So I apologize if it's not great. All right, so that's done. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so yeah, the Apocalypse Burger could probably sell off. I think I could probably, I don't know. I think maybe moving forward, I'll probably try to get 2 of things. But I know that it'll be a probably mid-range stuff, like not really expensive stuff, but not really cheap stuff. What's your idea of people saying that Disney's making a weak Boba Fett that loses to everyone? So, here's the thing I feel about Boba Fett is that I thought that too. I thought like he's older than he was in Clone Wars / Return of the Jedi, right? This is shortly after that. He's also weakened by the fact that he was in the Sarlacc pit for we don't know how long. I think it was 5 months, they said. I may be wrong on that, so if I'm wrong, somebody tell me. But the problem with having a Disney character who is a bad guy is that they can't do bad guy things. They can't kill a whole lot. They can't be seen as ruthless. They can with like a fine line, right? But they just can't be a straight up bad guy. And let's remember that Boba Fett is a bounty hunter. He is not an assassin. He's not a villain. Bounty hunter is just like, they go after criminals. They go after supposedly bad people. You don't have a bounty on your head because you've done something right. Now, I could understand that they would make the argument that, okay, well, maybe there's somebody who's a whistleblower or has information about something that a crime syndicate doesn't want them to know, but they're ostensibly a pretty good person and now they have a bounty on their head. What do you do? So there's gray areas, but I always think that bounty hunters are sort of this, they're above the law or outside of the law, but they're not necessarily criminals or bad people. They're not allowing law enforcement to do their job, so that's what makes them a criminal element. But at the same time, it's like they're not killing people. That's not their job. Fennec Shan is a villain because she's an assassin, right? But these people do things for money, which is worse? Better? I don't know. I just think they're having a hard time with gray area characters. But I do agree that it makes him look more human, like you said. It's reminding me of exactly how I would play a role-playing game. Yeah, apologize for that noise out there. They're doing construction. Every time I play a role-playing game that I know has like an alignment mechanic in it, Mass Effect, for example, or I think Dragon Age did this a little bit, where your choices dictate how other people interact around you. I'm always trying to do like the least offensive choice. So the choice that gets me into the least amount of trouble and kind of appeases all parties, right? There's always that point where you get to a game where you have to pick one bad choice over another bad choice, and you just have to kind of live with it, and it makes your stomach turn a little bit. You're like, ugh, I don't want to pick this person over this person, or I don't want to go this path over this path, you know? And I feel like that's exactly what's happening in the show, is it's illustrating sort of a RPG level choose your own adventure kind of thing, where Fett is basically like, I don't like any of these choices, but I have to pick one. So I'm going to pick the best one I think is going to work out for me. A good example of that is when he was dealing with the gangs and the water dealer, and how, you know, the water dealer comes up and he's like, hey, there's these gangs out there that are like stealing water from me. And you're like, oh crap, well, I suppose I'll go check that out. And then you get out there and you realize that the gangs they're like, the water price is too high, we can't get water from this guy, he's overcharging us. And you're like, okay, well now I have more information, so now what's the decision? And you want everybody in your territory to be copacetic because you don't want like a lot of fighting and stuff. But you also, my first thought was when he said this, I was like, he's going to hire these guys. As soon as they said the water price is too high, I'm like, he's going to turn against the water merchant and he's going to hire these guys. Because that's exactly what I would do if this were presented to me in RPG format, right? So that's what I feel like a lot of this show is. Now, whether that's a successful way to write a show, I don't know. Oh, your Wi-Fi shut off. Well, there you go. I'm glad I was here to help you figure that out. I'm glad my stream helped that. Also, we don't know a whole lot about Boba Fett, right? We know he was a bounty hunter. We know some backstory in comics and stuff, but in general, like, we don't know what kind of person he was. We think of him like we think of his dad, right? Like, is he more like Jango Fett? How much is he of his own person? These may be the decisions he's always made. Maybe he always hasn't been a bad guy. We just wanted him to be that bad guy, you know? So, I don't know. I'm enjoying it. I think it's great. I'm having fun watching it. I think Timo Morrison is also... He's never been, like, my favorite actor. But I feel like he's kind of coming into it a little bit. Somebody mentioned, is there any chance that he'll play the clones? Like if Wolf shows up or something. An older clone shows up. And he's like, yeah, I'd be okay playing that role. And I'm like, yeah, that'd be amazing. And here's how we get your angle on the face. Got a little clip. And it angles in like that. The show is showing us what happened to him to make him change. Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I also wonder how many it could be. It could be a lot. Like, there's no, like, canon material for him in these years. So it could be anything. If they want to rewrite any of it, you know, or pull from legend sources to kind of flesh out the stories. It's like, do they pull in Aaron, what's his name? Eckerstart, Han Solo actor. Do they pull him in to do, Hey, look, it's Solo and Boba Fett again at the, there was, was it Tales of the Bounty Hunters or Tales from Jabba's Palace? I think it was Tales of the Bounty Hunters. Old book, 25 some years ago probably. And there was a story about like the last standoff between Boba Fett and Han Solo. So, I mean, that's always been the rivalry. That's always been the Star Wars story, you know? One second. I'm going to pause this. Hello? Hello? Hi. Oh my God. All right. You're a jerk. My mom's calling me to see if I'd interrupt my stream to answer her, so. Okay, Owen's a jerk. All right, bye. Bye. I love you too, bye. Well, that was fun. I'm glad my mom and my stepdad are watching enough to call me and say, hey, that reminds me, I should have turned my ringer off. So now, thanks for the reminder that I should have turned my ringer off. Rookie mistake. All right. Where were we? So, yeah, it'll depend on the feedback from the fans. I think the fans right now have been a little lukewarm. I mean, not to pun this up. That's the temperature inside a Tauntaun, by the way. Lukewarm. Thing is, they were never going to be happy. They were never going to be happy with this. Boba Fett has always been just such an iconic character. It didn't matter what they did with him. People were going to be unhappy about it. And much like, I think, the recent Cowboy Bebop, nobody was happy with that right off the bat. And everybody was very negative about it online, and they canceled it. And then, like, immediately after they canceled it, all the fans who, like, enjoyed watching it but didn't say anything came out of the woodwork and said, but we loved it. I don't know who you're listening to. So I think it's a mix. Right, Brad? It's a mix. We're really never going to know, like, for sure who loves it and who doesn't. I like it enough to keep watching it. I'll watch any Star Wars thing they throw at me. But I'm not the target audience. The target audience is always going to be new people. It's never going to be the old fans. They don't care if the old fans are going to watch it because the old fans are going to watch it. They want the new viewers. They want the viewers who normally wouldn't watch it. And it's always sort of a given. Like I feel like they have a bottle set aside saying, These are the numbers that we know we'll get, like, automatically. Just right off the bat, 1.5 million people will watch this because they're Star Wars fans, versus we want 3 million more in order to make this successful. So, yeah, I watch anything. I will rewatch prequels and sequels, even though I know they're terrible movies. Prequels are worse. Sequels aren't much better, but prequels are definitely worse. I will rewatch them because they're Star Wars, and there's something about that universe that I really dig. So there's your glasses. So far, it's really coming together. I'm really liking this. But I'm not the target audience. I'm going to say mostly predominantly white males in their 40s to 50s are not the target audience of any new Star Wars thing. Younger people, younger kids especially, who were born in the 90s, who grew up with the prequels, probably aren't in the target audience either. Because it's a known quantity. They want to get Andor out there because Gabriel Luna is a hottie, and they want to get Ahsoka out there because Ahsoka is a fan favorite from the Clone Wars. You know, that kind of thing. I'm sure the Republic Rangers or whatever it was going to be kind of like a real cool old school 80s action kind of TV show, but that had to get out of the way because, you know, certain people are whatever. But I'm bummed that that didn't happen. I'm bummed that Rogue Squadron got pushed back or canceled outright. Because that would have been amazing. Like Top Gun in Star Wars world. Why is that not a cool thing? They're finding a bear was watching their content. Well, this demographic doesn't fit anything we've got. Who do we've got? Who do we have on the bear desk? I keep seeing all Star Wars. After I finish it, I come back and watch it again. Yeah, same. I've been playing Battlefront as an escape since the game came out. Like, I cannot imagine a world where I don't have that visual universe to dive into. The minifigures for Star Wars are great. The ships, the books, the imaginary, you know, the stories that they tell. Just don't know how I can't imagine a world without it. So I am not the target audience. But they have to know that they can't upset their fans. They can't be like, well, we're just throwing everything out, which it feels like in a lot of cases they do. They know that fans have been reading a lot of stuff over the years and that it is available to be told as a story, and we would like that, and they don't, because they want to come up with new things. And I don't know if it's because they feel like they don't have the licensing to, you know, the skill in licensing, obtaining licenses to go back and pull those stories from like the publishers and the writers themselves and stuff where they can use the stories. All those stories were Lucasfilm limited authorized stories in the first place. And I don't know why they're just like, nope, none of that exists. It's like, it still does, you know. Brad, the sad thing about Battlefront is they made their last update like 2 months ago, and that's kind of it. Battlefront 2015, I don't know if Battlefront 2015 is still being updated, but Battlefront 2 is no longer updated. And I thought there was going to be a Battlefront 3 for a hot second, and then they nixed that too. I'm like, oh man. But I still, like, I played that right before I started streaming. Just jump into an X-Wing, jump into, you know, a clone trooper. Be Boba Fett for a few minutes. It's awesome. Oh, I wish I could play it on PC. This PC is not a gaming PC. I don't have a video card worth a crap, so I have to play it on PlayStation. Which my PlayStation's even getting to the point where it's probably too old to play anything on it. And that's the thing. I play a new game, like Witcher 3, The Hunt comes out, or is real cheap for some reason. I'll play that, and then go back to Battlefront. And then, like, I play all 4 Uncharted games, and then go back to Battlefront. And then I play Detroit Being Human, and go back to Battlefront. And then I play the new Resident Evil, and go back to Battlefront. And now there's a game that Kodiak was playing the other day that looked really kind of cool, that I'm thinking of getting, and I'm sure I'll play that and then go back to Battlefront. I just hope at some point they do more like that. It was such a pretty game. I don't understand what people were talking about with the bugs. Like, there were some issues with like it crashing every once in a while, but I never ran into like gameplay issues. I don't know what, maybe it was just PC or something, but always been a fan of the games. Connor, you mean those? I just got that one. The whole reason I have this set is because I wanted this coin, just this coin. I don't want any other coins. But in order to buy it, you basically have to buy something else. You use your points to get the coin, and then it basically becomes like a gift with purchase. So you have to purchase something. Which I was like, oh man, I was already at 8 a.m. Central Time. Coins went on sale. I grabbed it. I grabbed the code, and then I went, all right, cool. See you at checkout. I went, So I was like, well, I've been wanting the scout helmet, so. How do you usually spend your points? I just usually get money off for online purchases. I don't go into the store that much, especially now that COVID's kind of a thing. I've gone a couple times on release days where, you know, all of my lug mates and I sit outside the mall and wait for the mall to open and then go in and get our R2 or, you know, whatever. Everybody got the mod or the boutique hotel last time, and I think I forget what I got. I got the Razor Crest Microfighter and shoot, what else did I get? Oh, the Tiger. I got the 3-in-1 Tiger. So yeah, I'll go on release days if it's like a thing that I really want, and I feel like I could do a stream on or something that day or that week. But other than that, I'm just like, I don't care. I'll just get it online and I'll get to it when I get to it. I'm not a recognized fan media, so it doesn't matter if I get them that day or later. Why does that seem like it's... Oh. But yeah, I usually spend my points on just dollars off the next thing. And I've done a few sweepstakes too, because they're like 50 points. They're like, enter into this. And I'm like, 50 points. Done. Oh, I almost got the camera too. I think I still have enough for the camera. So I might go back and get that too, if it's still there. And you can sell it. Yeah, like I could probably eventually sell this sailboat. Because it was a gift with purchase, but it was a limited thing. The problem is I think a lot of people probably got a thing that got them the sailboat, and I ended up with 2. I'm sure people got multiple things of that. Oh, okay. So... We were talking about that earlier, Brad. I think I'm going to get it. I've been waiting for it to come out. I think it looks pretty nice. I know Connor said he's probably not going to get it. I try to get every idea set. I think every idea set so far has been awesome. So I'm all in favor of getting it. Good streaming material. It's a good display piece. I'm all in favor. I've got this giant hutch in the kitchen that is full of like board games. I'd be okay with replacing it with like all Lego sets, right? I've got like the dinosaur fossils up there, the Nintendo up there. Things that aren't Star Wars related, I can totally see putting up there. I've got a place for all my cars. I've got a shelf for like the Sesame Street and Winnie the Pooh set and the medieval castle or the medieval blacksmith. Those seem to work well together. So I try to keep everything kind of like, here's all the space, here's all the, this is stuff I don't know what it is really, you know, animals, that kind of stuff. I try to keep it somewhat together in display, but because I don't have a lot of mods. I don't have a city. So I did not buy the boutique hotel. I'm not a modular person. As much as I like the modulars, I feel like if I started buying modulars now, that I would feel bad not having all of them. And to go back and buy the original, like whatever cafe corner or whatever it is now for a bleen's worth of dollars, it's just too much. Also, I don't have a lot of room. I'd have to make a whole like shelf just for modulars. So, and I'm okay not getting them. I think they're neat, but I'm okay not getting them. I have limited things that I can spend on, and I choose to spend them on mostly ideas and Star Wars. And I'm happy with my lot. But yeah, every once in a while, a set will come along, and I'm like the Tiger, you know. But that's just like a 3-in-1 creator. You're like, nah, that's all right. I'll get that. Yeah, some of the idea sets need to come down a little bit. The last couple have been like almost $200. The Globe's $200. So I still also want to save up for the AT-AT. And we got some wedding monies, but that's going to go towards vacation. But at the same time, I'm like, I have some left over, you know, from what I thought was going to be booze or food or tips or whatever. And I'm like, well, I got some left over and all my bills are paid. Oh, you know what's one that I never got that I kind of wanted was the typewriter. I didn't get the typewriter. That's another one that I would just display somewhere. I usually... What's up, Tuscan? I usually get... I try to time it to where I'm not buying on release day, because release day is always like a week short of VIP points, double points. I timed it in August a little better because I got the truck and something else. And it was like... I didn't go like that day. I didn't do the first day release. I waited a week and then I did it so I could get double VIP points. And then a gift with purchase kind of thing. So, but again, I'm cashing my VIP points in for $50 off or something on my next purchase. So I'm not buying other things with it. So maybe I'll have to start looking into buying other things with it, instead of just money off. The problem I have is I have such FOMO that the idea of waiting for something because I can get a promo or something, I'm like, no, now, have it now. It's not going anywhere. I have to remember that like a set goes on sale, and if I don't get it then, I'll get it in 2 years. You know, it usually has a 2-year run. So I just have to settle down. Yeah, there's something wrong with these stickers. There's like all bits coming off of it. I have to go see if I've got enough points to get a camera. I thought I did, because I thought maybe I'll go back and get that. But now I can't remember. Interesting kind of attachment there. Got a bit of curved underneath it, but... this is our third Russian bot, Vamong. Yeah, I realize I'm kind of an atypical buyer of Lego because sometimes I don't care about the promotions and I don't care about releases and I don't care about like how valuable I think it is. It's just like, I think that's cool. I'm gonna buy it. And I don't maximize my money a whole lot. I'm very much a buy for emotional reasons kind of thing. Oh, that's super satisfying. Look at that. One half there. Other half, and then I think we're done. Exactly. So like that has been my process, is just I don't care about the promos because I don't want the promo. I don't have the mentality, or I haven't up until kind of recently, of if I get the promo I could sell it. That would also mean sort of I feel like it would be a dichotomy shift, right? Where I'd have to kind of rethink how I've got this whole room set up, how I've got my purchasing set up, when I purchase, what I purchase. That also means like going around to stores and looking for sales all the time, like being a little more vigilant of what's available and what's around me versus just, waiting for news reports of new sets to come out, which is kind of what I'm doing now. The Globe's out, or will be out in a couple weeks, which is kind of how my life has been up until this point. And then I just buy the set and I build it and do whatever. But the idea of now you have to turn it into not a job, but nope, that's not right. You have to be a little more disciplined with it. I'm a little worried about that because I don't want it to ruin. I really like building and I really like designing, and I don't want it to really sour that by going, oh, it's another day where I'm looking for deals, or I've got to make sure I check all my prices and see if I can sell this thing yet or not. And I don't want to ruin it by putting a lot of effort into it to where it seems like work. So, and again, I don't think my brain's really wired for that. So it'd take a lot of effort. And I think I don't want the effort to kind of sour my love for just the building part of it. But I don't know, it might be fine. And now that the wedding's done, I've got not nothing to do, but I could start kind of dipping into that. I might also wait until Brick Rodeo's done and my kid's out of school so I can start focusing on something more, because right now I feel like I've got 800 things going on. So we'll see what happens. But I may hit you up on some like, hey, I've already got like camel, which I don't like saying. Already got an account there. I've got lists of stuff on Amazon that I keep an eye on to see if their price drops at all. So I do some work, but so that's an interesting thing that I think people might get some mileage out of, and I'm looking for people to talk at conventions. I wonder if people would be interested in a Lego as a self-fulfilling investment. Not like you're investing in the future or you're doing this because it's going to be worth more than gold, but make it work for you. Make your money work for you. Here's how you get started. Here's the things you need to do on a daily basis. Be prepared to take a hit on some things, spend a lot early, but over the long run, get the promos, get the things with VIP, shop your local stores, get some deals off Facebook, and then just resell them. And, you won't have to spend your paycheck on your sets anymore, which is what I do. I'm also pretty lucky in that I have a pretty good income, so I can do that, but I feel like if I didn't do that, it would be better, because then I'm also getting older, and I need to look at things like retirement. So if I were to like dump more of my paycheck into my retirement fund, that would be better than dumping it into an $800 AT-AT. So there's things like that to look at. Yeah, and I would probably pull out figs and just sell the sets, because you could sell the sets for still relatively cheap, but not completely free. And then sell the figures for more later, so you've, made more money that way. Do you guys have a stamps.com account or something where you can just kind of like, you package everything in-house? You got your supply of envelopes and Ziploc bags, and then you can just drop it in the mail and not worry about standing in line paying for postage every time you sell something, because that would be a problem for me that I can envision. Did I miss a step? I did. You're fun to buy Lego if you profit from Lego, but you don't need to use your fund to buy Lego if you profit from Lego. I don't know what that sentence meant. I'm sure there will be a correction forthcoming. And here's the thing. I like kind of organizing and listing things. So there's no reason I couldn't like spend time keeping track of things I bought, things that would go on sale soon. I need to figure out how to game the system a little bit. So I feel like I'm doing a bit more playing with it versus just, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like if I made a game out of it. Ooh, it's getting windy again. Uh-oh, I missed a piece somewhere. I never want to see an extra one of these. Could be anywhere at this point. It's right there. Haha. I know, spell good. I use eBay. You pay for the post online and drop it off at the post office. Okay. Yeah, there may be a shift, because I see. That's the thing, is I see so many of my lugged friends just go hog when we go to the Lego store. And I'm like, how do you afford to get 2 boutique hotels and 2 Tidarium shuttles and 3, every time we go. Every time I see them there, they're always doing that. So that would be something I would like to look into, because I think I'd like to stop spending so much of my own paycheck to get the sets I want. All right, guys. There's your Scout Trooper bust. Yeah, there's a guy named Cinderblock. He's this great kind of old school punk guy named Syntax, and every time he's like first in line at the store every time. He's always buying stuff online. He's always going to Target and Walmart looking for deals. Emmasaurus does the same thing. I'm sure you guys all follow Emmasaurus. They shop a lot. She's got a vlog about all the shopping they do. They really roll their stuff into buying new stuff. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good collection of heads. The TIE Pilot, Scout Trooper, Stormtrooper, not bad. I do like that there weren't any stickers on these two. Oh no, there were stickers on that right in there for the grill. I think those are stickers. They're not printed. No, those are stickers. So it's okay that these have stickers on it, right on the nose piece there. On the back, there's a lot of stickers right along here. I don't think those were necessary. Like, I think you could have put like a dark blue gray one and a light blue gray 1x2 slope to split those up. Oh, that's upside down. Whoops. I don't know which way those went. Oh well, I'll fix that later. But yeah, that's pretty good. I like the shape. It looks really good. It's pretty clean. I like this whole bit in here, that part usage there. So I may put another poll up soon. Actually, no, I'm not going to. I'm going to take the last poll that I have and do, what was the next ship? Let's go quick because I got a few minutes left here. It was that poll about which ship to do next, because we got the Enterprise done, and the next one was the Guardians of the Galaxy. So Guardians of the Galaxy we'll do next, and that'll be pretty cool because I can actually get a Peter Quill figure. So let's pull that up and see what that looks like. Because I'm running out of Star Wars stuff to do, just like on-screen Star Wars stuff. There is one that I think I want to do next, but it requires one thing, and I'll show you here in a second. It is the... I can't remember. It's not a recusant class, is it? No. Is it a secutor class or something like that? No. Oh my god. These are kind of done in order, so I'm trying to figure out where this one is. Basically, it's one where I would have Admiral Trench. Here it is, Providence class. So it's a basic CIS ship, like you see these ships all over the place. And I really like this design, mostly because I got this sword piece in here for that hook in the front. The only downside is it's an Admiral Trench figure, which you can get a spider head for him, which doesn't look great, but it's the only way to really do it. Versus Big Kid Bricks has this customized Admiral Trench, which looks amazing. It just looks so good, right? Custom figure, custom mold, I think that back there, custom molded head, but it's $150. I don't know that I would spend $150 on this. It's really good, but I don't feel like that's for display only, do not drop. Yeah, so this one is really good. Like, there's nothing else even out there that's even close. And I think all the other ones are like this, right? Where it's that spider head that you can get, which is probably what I'd do. I would also probably do a spider head, but get like the dual arms at the very least, the Rio Durant arms. Oh, here, just like this. This is probably almost exactly like I would do it. That's perfect. So, knowing that, this would be the next ship, would be this Providence class. So I think I'll work on that, but also the Peter Quill. So let's look up, open Milano. And the good thing about the Milano is you can Guardians Benatar. I spelled that wrong. So the Benatar is apparently orange and gray, and then Milano is orange and blue. So you could take this and you could turn all the blue, right? So that's the Milano. And if you wanted to do the Benatar, you just turn all of this to light gray. Now you have the Benatar, pretty much. So I don't think I've got this on Bricklink yet. So let's go ahead and upload it. Log in just to make sure. I might have it already. We'll have to see. Wanted list. Milano. Nope. Okay. So here's an instructional video of how to do this. So get rid of the figure because the figure is assembled by whatever is in Studio, which isn't always the best representation of what the figure itself is. So you're left with the ship, okay? And actually I could put, did I miss a piece under here? It looks like I could put a piece under here. So that may come in later when I'm actually building it. All right, so if you come over here, and this is for those of you who don't know how to do this already. Sign into your Bricklink account. Go up to upload to or add to wanted lists, and it'll open a browser. And you say, you call it whatever you want. And then you verify all the parts and just make sure, yeah, so bar 1L with round plate with hollow stud. So I thought that was in dark gray, but maybe that doesn't. So you can verify some of these items and make sure that if it's not available, you can change the color. So whatever color that is should be in here. I should have done this to begin with. It doesn't come in that color, so I have to do whatever color this comes in, which is light bluish gray, which isn't gonna make this look great, but I think it might be better than Blay. And that piece should come in. I thought that was a new, oh man. Maybe this is why I didn't do this set. Because these should all be dark gray, but it's not. Maybe I could do that as orange. Oh well, I'll play with whatever I got. So yeah, I should have done that first, is double check those colors. So you come in here and you say verify, add to wanted list. How am I gonna get the fig? Buy the set or order the fig on Bricklink? Well, let's check while we're on Bricklink. So let's do 50, and I just wanna look at this because this will be change color to light blue-gray. Light bluish gray, that changes that. This will be the same thing. Color, light bluish gray. Apply. All right, good. So now I can already tell I've got plenty of those, plenty of those, plenty of those. I may need to buy those. I might have these. I'm sure I have all that. These I might have to buy. That's good. I might have to get that. That's good. Don't know if I have that. That I don't know. That I don't know. 1x1 tiles, I'm shockingly low on some of the brighter colors, so I may need that. I may need that. I may need that. And then these I think I have. So I'll probably end up buying about $5 worth of parts for this. So if you look up Peter Quill. Okay. Star-Lord. Nope. Okay. Milano. Set. Milano Spaceship Rescue. So that comes with Peter Quill. But then there's also the Milano versus the Obelisk. And does this also come with a Peter Quill? It does. So this would be from volume 2. And it's got a dorky sticker on there. I don't like that. So let's see. This is a how many piece set? 400. So I'm not looking to spend more than, I don't know, $50 on this set. Because I think you could probably, I don't know if it's still available. I wouldn't mind getting the set if, like, I get the figure, because you can get a couple figures with it. I don't think it's still available. I think it's older. But let's look to be sure. Yeah, so these are both retired. Oh, that's cute. I could get a Mighty Micro and get the figures. And anyway. But I mean, search. Yeah, $50 used. Oh, this is gonna be like no minifigures, no minifigures, no minifigures. So you gotta have complete condition. I don't mind if it's used, but I don't want to be incomplete. So let's now see, $125. Yikes. All right, so that's Milano versus the Obelisk. So let's do just Milano. And there's another set in here. A Spaceship Rescue. I wish you would save this like every time. Like, I don't want to go through this every time, but whatever. Condition, incomplete, search. $150. So it doesn't matter. It's $150 no matter what. For basically a $50, $60 set. So these are retired. So let's see, 5 minifigures. So here's Peter Quill, Star-Lord. So if we just did Star-Lord, looks like they've got it abbreviated like this. There's a bunch of different Star-Lords. I don't really care that he's got a helmet or a mask or anything, but it looks like I could probably get it between $3 and $22. I don't know which one would be the best. 2014. See, in this point, I just get the ones that are kind of cheaper. 2017. Since he's piloting it and I want to get his guns, I wonder if I could get the ones with his guns too. I'd have to buy the guns separately. So yeah, I have to figure that out, but it can be done. I probably wouldn't get, unless somebody's selling the Milano for use somewhere, I don't really care. The other ones that are going to be hard to do, because I'm looking at this will be easy to do. This will be kind of easy to do, the Dune Ornithopter. Yeah, let's save those. Don't save, because I want the figure still in it. The Dune Ornithopter's got kind of a funky figure in it. It would need a better torso than this. And I don't think this hair exists in that color. Oh, it does. Okay. So that's as best as I could do with a still suit, but I'm thinking there's probably a better torso for that. This doesn't exist in that color, so it'd have to be a different Chris knife handle, but I think that's an easy enough Paul Atreides from the new movie. And I think everything else, yeah, that's probably only available in like light bluish gray, which kind of sucks, but probably do black. So anyway, all right, well, I think that takes us to the end of all this. Thank you everybody for being here. We'll be back on Thursday, hopefully, to work on some new builds, and I think I'll get back into doing some designing. I don't have a whole lot of ideas for new Star Wars designs yet, but at the very least we can work on the Q2 Stadium. I think I'll do the build first Thursday and then Q2 on Sunday, because that will be post when we get our tour, since we're getting a tour of the stadium on Friday. And then Thursday, I'm going to try to get Beth to help to... why is this not staying on? Interesting. I'm going to have to work on that. That's not staying on for some reason. And we'll build these on Thursday, if I can talk her into doing it. This was a wedding present, so see what we can do. But yeah, have a good rest of your week. Thanks for everybody for being here, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.